Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling Autocross, and today we're dealing with the 1968 Ferrari 365 GTB/4, or better known as the Daytona. And yeah, it's got an 890 horsepower, 598 pounds-feet of torque from a 4.5 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 3,609 pounds, and it can do 0 to 16 5.679 seconds, 0 to 109.687 seconds, going into a top speed of 233 miles an hour. So yeah, I know we've been doing a lot of classic 60s, 70s muscle cars lately, but I want to see how the European cars from the 60s and 70s would compare. So yeah, a bit of a rivalry going on here. So yeah, let's see how well, I guess you could say the best of Ferrari at this time can do against the likes of the Corvettes and the Mustangs, etc. So yeah, let's see what it can do. Now, I've picked Ferrari first because they were pretty much king of Europe at that time, so really made sense to go for them first. Obviously there are plenty of other cars from that period to try out. And yeah, it'd be nice to see how they compare against some muscle cars from America at that time. Because a lot of people say that, well, European cars were better handling and just quicker in general than muscle cars from that period, despite having a lot of the time less power. So let's see how both compare when you give them ludicrous amounts of power but don't upgrade the handling, because that will really sort the weak out from the strong. Now granted, this isn't the best handling Ferrari from the 60s, but I think it'll set a good benchmark, and considering the fact it weighs about as much as a lot of muscle cars that we've taken on the series, while also having plenty of power, it'll be a good start. So yeah, 103, oh dear. Well, we've screwed that lap up, but nonetheless 103.964 is around about what the muscle cars from that era were doing on their best times, so we should be able to improve upon that. We use his second lap to just kind of learn the car and see what it can and can't do on this circuit, because yeah, it has been dirtied up. Bit bouncy on that jump there. Plenty of acceleration though. Gonna brake early for this corner. That's where we went wrong last time. Right, let's see if we can improve upon our first lap. Brakes aren't the best, quite frankly. That's something that this and the muscle cars have in common, quite frankly, because a lot of muscle cars that we've had on this series do not have the best brakes, which I guess is just a common factor from the era, quite frankly. Well, it's improved and it's beaten a lot of the muscle cars. I think only the likes of the Corvette and the Dodge Dart are quicker than that, at 101.895 seconds. Does have some common factors outside of the brakes with the muscle cars. Oversteer is a big problem, as you'd expect from a car from this era. Having all this extra power, no upgrades in handling. Suspension is a little bit on the wobbly side as well. And obviously it weighs a fair bit as well. More than the likes of the Corvettes that we've had on the series before as well, to be honest. Oh damn, well we've dirtied that lap up. So yeah, didn't quite beat every muscle car, but at 101.895 it has beaten a substantial amount of them. It's only behind the Corvette ZR1 from 1970 and the Stingray Corvette from 1967 and the Dodge Dart. So yeah, it's beaten the likes of the Chevrolet Camaro Z28 from 1979, the Ford Falcon XA GTHO, the Ford Mustang Boss 302, the Chrysler Valiant, and the El Camino and the XB Falcon GT. And it's also beaten the likes of the Jaguar XJS and the Renault 5 Turbo and the Lancia Stratos, which I guess is a car that you could kind of compare this against, which obviously being another European car. So yeah, solid start though from the European cars from the 60s and 70s, quite frankly, and yeah, there's plenty more to try out. Be interesting to see how a mid-engine car from that time, like the Miura, can do against this, or even other cars like there's obviously the European Ford division we can try out. There's an old Lancia Fulvia we could try out. That's a front-wheel drive car. That'd be interesting to see how that could compare. But yeah, this has been a solid start for the Europeans, and in this latest rivalry against the muscle cars from America. And yeah, the Ferrari itself did have plenty of common, flaws, like I said, against the muscle cars. But in general, it was a little bit easier. But those Corvettes and that Dodge Dart were just out of the reach of this car. But that's just because it was a little bit problematic in terms of oversteer, quite frankly, and its brakes. But nonetheless, it was a solid car. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.